Welcome to the Plant-Based Podcast. Did you know that plants are truly amazing? Not only can you grow them and eat them, you can also wear them, drink them, nourish your skin with them, and so much more. Let Ellen and Michael inspire you to love plants as much as they do, as they chat with the movers and shakers in this wonderful plant-based world. So, let's dig in.
This episode of the Plant-Based Podcast is brought to you by our friends at Cobra. The Cobra range of garden machinery is constantly expanding and offers the UK's largest range of lawnmowers. With a comprehensive lineup of quality and innovative petrol, electric, battery and cordless products to tackle any gardening task, Cobra is the newest evolution in garden machinery. Visit cobragarden.co.uk for your chance to win a variety of great Cobra products.
Welcome to the Plant-Based Podcast News.
Your horticultural news roundup for the week.
A new experiment is set to take place in the Mojave Desert. It's aiming to discover whether fruit and veg can indeed be grown on Mars. So soon, astronauts could be washing the red dust off their carrot crops.
How do you fancy rubbing hose with royalty? If you do, then check out the hottest job available right now and apply to be a royal gardener. His Royal Highness, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, are looking for a head gardener for their Norfolk home. Not only is Norfolk the most wonderful place to live, but you can be tending to trees, trimming bushes, and growing food for the royal family. Check out the job on horticulturaljobs.co.uk for more information.
There's a new installation at Tate Modern, and it's a gaggle of oak saplings. It's a social sculpture called 7,000 Oaks. It's a place for gathering and rethinking our connections with nature. This has all been put together by German artist Joseph Bays.
Andy Gray, a farmer from Devon, has decided to plant a lot of trees, but not for tree hugging. His plan is to study over 12 years how the trees help his soil and livestock. The 5,600 trees are part of a wider study named Silvopasture to see how farming livestock with trees can help the environment and increase productivity.
Did you know that in Japan, when you pick up a copy of the Mainichi newspaper, you can actually plant it? The pages are a mixture of recycled paper, water, and tiny flower seeds.
I love that. Do you want to have a high well-being score, reduce stress? Then gardening is the answer. The Royal Horticultural Society has found those of us who garden have a 6.6% higher well-being score and a 4.2% lower stress levels than those who do not garden. So if you don't want to go running or cycling, release those happy endorphins with some gardening.
So, new company Future Noodles are shaking up the noodles in a pot market, aka the humble pot noodle. These are plant-based, said to have better flavour, and are in packaging that is much more handsome than its pot-based rival.
The new book, The Plant Hunter's Atlas, has been released, written by Ambra Edwards and illustrated with botanical artwork from the Kew Royal Botanical Gardens. It's a collection of historical illustrations. Roy Lancaster, the well-known plantsman, author and broadcaster, described the book as a refreshingly insightful history of plant introductions. The book tells some of the most extraordinary tales of horticultural discovery and exploring the characters behind the stories and how plant hunters have been inspired by everything from scientific curiosity to economic greed.
Hold up. How did this piece of news slip in? highly acclaimed gardening communicator Ellen Mary has just released her first book. It's called The Joy of Gardening, and it's all about getting our hands in the earth and soaking up all the goodness that gardening brings. It's out next week, so why not pick up a copy?
Yay, thank you.
No worries. Ding.
Dong.
Welcome to News Extra. Hello, Ellen.
Hello, Michael.
How are you, dear? You're surrounded by teal. You've got a teal lampshade and a teal bedhead.
Yeah, way too
because
much.
you are in bed.
I figured that when we record the podcast, mostly you're the one lying down. But this afternoon I was exhausted. And so I decided that today it would be me lying down. I'm literally lying on my bed recording this. And
why are you exhausted?
There was too much teal. Just way
You've been
too
gardening?
Much. I just gardening. I've done so much work this week, as in like typing stuff, and it really bamboozles your brain. And I was down the allotment today and got blown away. I've been exercising, and basically I'm
exercising.
Tired. Yeah.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah. Haven't you been going to the gym?
Yeah. Well, I've been gardening as well.
Yeah, there you
There's
go.
a lot of things happened today that were out of character. But yeah, I've been at a CrossFit. Have to say CrossFit because immediately people think that's cool. And then I was gardening, like weeding my front garden. Oh my God, Ellen, I messaged you earlier, I know, but I've been using like this plant grow, the decomposed veg. Is that what? Yeah. Probably the worst way ever to describe it, but never mind. Yeah, that's it. And oh my God, there are so many worms in my soil. It's insane. And I just know they wouldn't be there if it wasn't for that, Okay.
That soil at the front of your house, I can remember when you first moved in, was super dry, and like just not very. Well,
it was new topsoil, wasn't it? Because it was grass before. Yeah. It's, oh my God, it's insanely cool. I'm so excited. And also, I have to say, like weeding in a kind of top dressing is so easy as well, because it's like everything stays a bit soft and malleable.
Yeah, you're just mainly removing like the annual weeds, aren't you? Because the plant grow is a good mulch and kept down
definitely
last year. But yeah, it's good stuff. I have it on the allotment, and I can't. Yeah, it's brilliant.
But I had like constant dilemmas of like some weeds I didn't want to pull up because some are pretty. But it's very hard to kind of condition your mind to leaving a weed in place there. So, like, for example, there's some stuff that is like that. I think they're probably poppies. And like to me, I'm leaving them there. But to some people, it might be a weed. And so, but I didn't dare leave a dandelion because I thought my neighbours would just think I've got weeds. Even though they would look really lovely and attractive. But
I am so disappointed.
I know.
For two reasons.
Disappointed in myself.
2 reasons. Firstly, because you know how important dandelions are. Like the bees need them. But secondly, that you are even bothered by what your neighbours think. Who even are you? What's happened? You've just rolled into suburban living. I don't like it.
But the thing with dandelions in a border is they're kind of all haphazard. I wouldn't mind if there was like a nice patch of them. So, they were there, as if they were, a patch of geum or something, that would be cool.
You can grow them. In fact, there's an amazing guy online, and he posted a photograph today of a bed of dandelions that he's growing, mainly for the foliage to use, in teas and herbal remedies and stuff. It's awesome. So
you can blanch the leaves for salad, can't you, as well? Yeah,
and they're super good for you. So I'm disappointed in you today.
Well, sorry, darling. But, my tulips are still looking banging, honestly.
Amazing.
Oh, my God. I never want it to end. Anyway.
It's like a tulip party in your garden. It's like
I know.
It's very cute.
So, Ellen, we are in News Extra, and I know you insist on talking about the news.
Well,
so let's do it.
What's your favourite news piece from our roundup today?
Well, we didn't we didn't even talk about virtual Chelsea, because I guess that has happened now, hasn't it? There's been some Chelsea on TV, but also there was some pretty important news about peat compost, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Which has been all about
being banned by 2024. So that's really great news for sure.
And also Bridgewater opened as well, which is exciting.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. I can't wait to go and see that. It does look epic.
Cool. But yeah, what else did we gossip about today?
What was your favourite piece that we spoke about in the news?
I like the newspaper in Japan that you can plant. You see so much stuff you can plant these days. You got those. Have you seen those Will Sow books? The books that you can plant. Yeah. Like children's books.
The children's
and
ones,
then and I'm always getting business cards that you can plant. It's like, insane.
I have got some a clay face mask and a moisturizer for blemishes from a place called Purity Natural Beauty, which is like all plants and vegan and whatnot. And the labels on the pots are seed paper.
Oh, that's cool. Wow.
Yeah. So really, the seed paper is popping up everywhere now, which is excellent news.
Readjust my Alice band. Truth be told, snapped, and it's digging into my head, but fashion.
Right. Okay. Well, it's very noisy what you're doing, just so you know.
Oh, sorry. I'm in my noisy chair, but I'm staying very, very still.
You are staying very still.
Ellen, you should go and see this thing at Tate Modern, 7,000 oak saplings.
Yeah, it does sound really cool, doesn't it? It's actually interesting how much tree news there's been over the last week. Obviously, there's that exhibition that you've spoken about in the news, and then there's also the farmer in Devon taking part in this planting trees to see if that helps productivity on his farm. And along with the peat ban, the government has agreed to plant however many trees, like 50,000 trees or something as well. And we've also spoken about the new blossom trees being planted around the UK to mark like COVID, like a reminder of the pandemic and stuff. So hopefully we're all going to have a lot more trees to hug soon. Even though the farmer in Devon isn't doing them to hug trees, it's always amazing to plant trees, but he's planting them because he wants to increase productivity, which makes it's great to plant trees, but I find that a bit contradictory. You plant trees for nature and the environment, not to increase your livestock productivity. It's kind of weird. I can see your face. You're like, oh, she's going to go all vegan now.
I was like, do I just leave this one? What I wanted to say, which is, there was this guy that was cutting down trees. I wonder where that got to, actually.
Yeah, actually, I haven't heard anything else about that. Wasn't someone or questioned, and then it's all gone quiet, hasn't it? Oh, if anyone knows, please let us know. I think we need a follow-up.
Yeah, totally. Oh my God. Oh, there was some other news about some skanky book that's being released this week. Is it on Thursday? When is it?
Yeah, the skanky book's being released on Thursday.
Are you having any virtual cocktail or what?
No. Do you know what? Usually, obviously, like a book launch, you can have like a little book launch party and have a signing and stuff. But because of the pandemic, none of that was planned. So that's really sad. But that's fine. It
probably would have been all right now, wouldn't it? Or
but if we would have had to plan it like in advance. No one knew, what the score would be. So
probably nobody would have come anyway. So.
My husband's still in America, so even he wouldn't have come. He probably would have been the only person.
Oh, bless.
Yeah, it's very exciting, actually. It is out on Thursday, and I'm kind of like a mix of, yay, this is awesome. It's my first book, and I've always wanted to write one, but also really nervous because you're putting your words out there. People might read it and go, oh, this is rubbish.
Yeah. Especially if they see an error or something. You'll be like,
I know, because that did happen in a book published recently, didn't we? We won't mention any names.
I know. I would have been so sad.
Was
my
it a
God.
species mistake?
I think, or a family, I can't quite remember.
Something like that. And someone picked up on it, and you would be absolutely devastated, wouldn't you, if that had happened? So,
Yeah, it's like if I noticed that on something, I don't think I would point it out to someone because you don't need, I don't know, but then it's nice to point it. Well, it's not nice, but it's useful to point it out. But it's just,
definitely.
I'd perhaps point it out, but maybe like 6 months down the line.
I think it's useful
Because it might be more useful then rather than upsetting someone.
I think it's useful to point it out because after the first batch of books have been published, you can always update them for, a second batch if they're selling well or you want to sell in another country. Sometimes they're translated to other languages. So I think that it's probably worth pointing out. But yeah, I'd be devastated. And it goes through so many processes like copywriting, proofreading, the editor views it. So for something to slip is actually really rare, but it can happen.
Yeah.
So you never know.
But I guess with the plant name thing, like I guess the editors would have been unlikely to pick up because they wouldn't have such a plant knowledge, I guess.
It depends. The editors maybe, but sometimes the proofreaders and the copy editors for the books will be chosen because they will know about gardening or plants, and things are double checked, like references and names will be checked and stuff. So it's still pretty rare to happen, but things can definitely slip through. So, I mean, my book's not so in depth when it comes to gardening and plant names. It's more about kind of the well-being side of things. So hopefully that's okay.
It's a lovely size.
It's a cute size, so you can carry it into
I know that seems a weird thing to say, but it's a really nice size. Yeah.
Doesn't need to be too big. The intention of the book was always to be a very light book. So a light book, light book, nice and colourful, illustrated. I mean, the illustrator is just marvellous. I think we've been through such a tough time. It's just a really nice light read, get you thinking about the connection with nature, lots of lovely colours. Put it in your bag, take it to your allotment or out in the garden to remind yourself of things to do.
Put it in your bag.
Super pleased. I expect you to be carrying it around with you everywhere you go.
Cool. But I like the size. Sorry, I keep going on about the size. Obviously, I'm a size queen. I keep talking about size because it's not like some silly pocketbook, but it's also not like a big novel. And that's why I like the in-between size. So, I wonder what size my book will be, Ellen.
Is this like breaking news?
Not yet. I haven't signed any contracts, but I think we might be on the way to doing a book. So that's cool. Obviously, the moment I saw you do it, I was like, God, I've got to get her. No.
I'm really sorry, but I'm already writing the second book.
Yeah, I mean, it's been coming a while, but I really can I really concentrate and get this done? That's my big worry.
I think once you've signed on the dotted line, you're in a contract, you've got to do it.
I think when we were having our meeting, they were like, it seems weird because they're kind of like, oh, that gives you about a year to write it. And I'm like thinking, oh, that's really easy. But then like when you've got a year, it's probably... that time goes quickly and you're probably then going to leave it too late. And so I was a bit like, all right, that sounds wonderful. But
a year is a great amount of time to write a book. My second book has to be written in 4 months.
I was going to say 4 weeks, but 4 months. Yeah.
Throughout the summer when you're busy on the allotment doing stuff, going out and about. So a year is good. You can totally do it. And I'm sure it will be wonderfully.
And it's something that you need to really put the time aside for, isn't it? Like when I need to film videos and stuff, I probably procrastinate too much, and I want to have a day where I'm only doing that thing in the day. If you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I get that definitely, but you do have to set time aside. And you and I both work the same in that we rely on trusting ourselves to get things done. So sometimes we leave it till the really last minute. But you can't do that when you're writing a book. You genuinely do have to try really hard to focus and get it done. Even if the deadline seems really far away, you need to get writing, that's for sure. But that's exciting. I look forward to hearing more about that when we start.
Oh, thank you very much, Ellen Mary.
Mary Ellen. Oh, I know. Let's talk about names. So, we often mention on here and in general, people calling me Mary Ellen really winds me up because it doesn't say Mary Ellen. It clearly states Ellen Mary. Well,
it's not Ellen, Mary.
No, it's not. It's Ellen Mary. It's very easy and it winds me up. But anyway, we discovered how people keep getting your name wrong as well.
I know. I realised this the other day, and I messaged you that they very often call me the plant geek. And it's kind of correct, but it's not the proper name. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, but Michael, are they calling you the plant geek or the plant geek?
Oh, I don't know.
See, if you're being called the plant geek, that's a massive compliment because it's like you are the plant geek in the whole world. So that's a great thing.
I don't know.
It's very long. You're sticking it out at me. It's very odd.
And very wide, look.
Yes, very wide. It has a pointy tip as well.
And oh my God, people should not call you Mike without asking.
Yeah.
But then don't even ask because they don't want to be called it,
I've been with you and you've pointed out when someone's called you Mike and you've
Where?
Yeah, and you've said, it's Michael. And I'm like, this is really awkward.
Where? Oh, I really want to know.
You've done it a couple of times for sure.
Oh, wow. Well, I just think it's weirdly assumptuous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, if you're introducing yourself as Michael, then someone's like, right, okay, Mike. It's like, well, no, that's the equivalent of me introducing myself as Paul and then someone saying, come on, Peter. It's like, it's not the same name, for God's sake,
Oh, okay. Okay, the plant geek.
It really annoys me. I don't know why.
Okay.
Ellen, your iris looks beautiful.
Oh, my iris at the front of the house. I had to think.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to be honest. They were already here. I didn't plant them.
Oh, my God. That was such a short time, didn't they?
They are already, the petals are already faded and drooping away. But while they're there, they look stunning.
What's that been, 2 hours?
Yeah, a whole 2 hours. But they're right outside the window at the front of the house. So when I'm in the living room, that's what I can see. And they are just so beautiful. So, yeah.
I wonder if it's a reblooming one. You might get another flush.
Who knows? We'll see.
That's cool. I planted bulbs today. Oh my God, bulbs are so sexy, aren't they? Because they give you such a surprise,
Yeah. Well, and even when you planted them, you sort of don't expect them to pop up, but they still pop up and surprise you.
Amazing. Oh my God, Ellen, I have so many plants because I've always got them like left over from TV places or like people are sending them to me like to promote or something. So it's kind of like a curse. And I've actually got this like nursery bed outside with all plants that are spare. And I was thinking of like inviting my neighbours in like to help themselves for their garden or like, you can have a look when you're here. It's like, oh my God. So I've really like everywhere I've just planted so densely.
Yeah, that's like, my kind of planting for sure.
Oh my God, like way more, it's like my kind of container planting. It's like, oh my God, everything's like super. I like these instant effects though. That's the thing.
Yeah, 100%. But you are the plant geek, so we would expect this from you anyway.
Oh, but you can always move stuff at a later date, So
totally.
Yeah.
100%. I think people are very scared of just trying to make the right decision at that moment in time and putting everything exactly where it should be, how it should be. Definitely. But I don't garden like that either. Things go in, they get moved. Totally. Gardens evolve all of the time. They'll never stay the same, even if you have the most set plan and everything's planted exactly where you want it at that moment in time. It doesn't work like that anyway.
Oh, totally. Yeah, definitely. But like, I obviously don't move stuff loads of times, but I'm really pleased I moved my Acer in the autumn. It's completely happy. And I'm so like, because it was very hard to dig all of the root out. So I'm sure it was, not the full root that came out, but oh my God, I'm so happy with it.
Well, it's lovely, isn't it, when you do stuff like that?
I know, it's amazing. And in addition to that, so it doesn't matter if you move stuff, but never move a peony.
That's not true.
Forever.
It's not true. It's completely not true. You obviously haven't You haven't seen my stories recently. I'll post some pictures of my peonies soon.
Yeah.
So when I first took the allotment on, so this is on this allotment, this is my 3rd year, and I planted about 8 peonies, and all of them have grown, but one of them bloomed in the 2nd year, and then I took another half of a plot on, and I wanted all my cut flowers on the other plot. So I dug all of my peonies up, I replanted them. I was thinking probably never flower, or it will take another couple of years for them to flower, and every single one has beautiful buds on.
Really?
And flower. Yeah.
I think the RHS book needs changing.
I think the RHS book needs a bit of updating. The theory is just not always true. It's just not always the case. These peonies are so happy. And in fact, the allotment neighbour, the other side, said to me, your peonies are going to look amazing. And I'd moved them, and they looked very sorry for themselves when I did.
I hope that wasn't the passive-aggressive one, and that was really them saying to you, like, that they shouldn't be moved.
No.
Sorry, I totally made that up. I know you haven't got a passive-aggressive allotment neighbour, but I've always got in my head this like vision of all these, like on an allotment, all these different characters, like it being like a Big Brother house.
Yeah.
You know, and then you've got like, you know, the annoying one or the nosy one or the kind of weird one. And so, yeah, it would be really, oh my God, that would be a cool idea. Oh, okay, here we are, Ellen. There should be a sitcom about allotments. Oh my gosh, there really should be.
There really
what
should
do you
be.
Think?
It would
or
be
a comedy.
Yeah. There should be a comedy.
Oh my God, how do I make this happen?
There should be, because all the characters are just so varied,
yes!
so diverse.
What would we call it?
And like, yeah, it's like you're put in this place, you know, on this plot of land. It's almost like you've been taken away from your home, plonked in the middle of land, and all your neighbours, you didn't choose them. They're not from the areas that you're from, or you don't have the same ideas or political opinions, because all of this comes out on the allotment. You know, different ways of gardening and so many different characters, and mostly it's amazing. But you do definitely get some that are awkward, difficult. I know lots of people who've had some really horrible situations happen on the allotment, but then others who are just completely filled with joy from being down there and meeting everyone.
Wow.
So yeah, it would be really good fun to have like
it would be on ITV, wouldn't it?
Big Brother on the allotment.
No, they should call it Get Forked.
Get Forked. Fork off.
Yeah. Oh my God, that is such a good idea. Well done, Michael. Oh.
Well done, Michael. Anyway, as much as it's lovely chatting with you, I'm going to go now.
Yeah, well, I'm on 6%, so I haven't got long for you either.
It's been a pleasure as always.
Pleasured? I am pleasured. That feels wrong.
This is scary. So yeah, I'm glad you've only got 6% left. I'm off now. I don't want to know about that.
I know. Being on 6% makes me giddy. I'm kind of like, oh my God, where's my plug? Oh, cool. It's been a pleasure to speak to you. I mean, as much as I was wanting to avoid it, it's happened, and here we are.
Oh my God. What I have to deal with. I'm just to let you know that the feeling is mutual.
Cool. Right. I'll take my blistered hands off and spend my evening.
Cobra is the very proud partner of Series 4 of the Plant-Based Podcast, joining in the celebration of plants, gardens and outdoor living. With over 60 models of lawnmowers available in the Cobra range, there's something for every garden. As a special offer for our listeners, Cobra is offering the chance to win exclusive prizes. Head over to cobragarden.co.uk to find out more.
The music for the Plant-Based Podcast is part of the song Grow by Mikey James, and our editor is Gareth Patch of Semi Echo.